friends. Happy Mounjaro Monday. Today is November 11th, 2024 when doing this taping. And November is the 11th month, so it is 11/11 today. And it's interesting that to me that today I'm also celebrating 11 months taking Mounjaro. And I also want to thank any veterans we have out here because 11/11 is also Veterans Day. So I want to thank all the veterans out there for their service. It does mean so much. And thank you, thank you. Now, for 11 months, I've been taking Mounjaro. Currently, I am taking 7.5 milligrams, and I've been taking this for quite a few months now. This is my last shot of 7.5 milligrams, and hopefully I'll be back home in Arizona next Monday, and it'll be time for me to take my very, very first 10 milligrams. And so I'm excited to try that. I've learned a lot of things over 11 months on Mounjaro, and one of them is that you should try to stay on the lowest dose that still works for you. In the beginning, when doctors were first prescribing Mounjaro, they looked at the model of what they did to people who were in the trials that were taking Mounjaro. And when people were in the trials, the idea was to help people get to 15 milligrams as quickly as possible. But you couldn't start from never having taken the medicine straight up to the highest dose, which is 15 milligrams, because people would be like throwing up constantly. It would be, this horrible nightmare. And so your body needs time to adjust. And they discovered that. And so they started, they start you on a 2.5 milligram dose. And for the people in the trial, they would do 2.5 milligrams for 4 weeks. And then they would jump to 5. And then when that 4 weeks was up, then they jumped to 7.5. And when that 4 weeks is up, then they would shoot for 10. And then the next month 12.5, and then 15. So it was just like boom, 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 trying to get people to the highest dose as quickly as possible. So when doctors, could see that, the thought process is to get their patients going higher. But sometimes your body gets used to the medicine. And so if you are racing to the top, you don't want to race to the top too quickly, because once you're at the top, there's no place else to go. So if your body starts to get used to the medication, there is no higher dose to jump to. Also, if you're at a lower dose and taking your time before moving up, you can also be putting some healthy lifestyle practices into place. So that way, when you are on 15, by the time you get there, you will have lost quite a bit of weight, and you'll be closer to whatever your goal weight is, as well as having some healthy habits in place as well. And anyway, so that way when your body starts getting used to it, you have your healthy habits to also rely upon. And that's what I've been seeing. I've also learned over these 11 months that we're all different. There's some people that if they go on 5 milligrams or 7.5 milligrams, it's too strong for them, and they'll have extreme stomach upset and have a lot of issues. And for others, they hardly have any side effects whatsoever, other than having some of their hunger lessened, and of course, much better blood sugar. That's this medication, Mounjaro and Zepbound, tirzepatide. It's all the same. Um, it's the exact same medication, uh, but it was originally created for people with type 2 diabetes. I do have type 2 diabetes, and I can tell you it has done this 11 months being on Mounjaro has done wonders for my A1C. My last A1C checkup about a month ago, I was down to 5.6, which is in the 100% normal healthy range, which is really, really exciting for me because when I first got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 4 years ago, I was at 10.2, which is crazy. It's like double blood sugar, crazy, crazy, crazy bad. But now my blood sugar is doing wonderful. A year ago, I tried to be in a study about livers, and I got to have a uh, a free liver scan to see if I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And sure enough, I did. A year ago, I had stage 1 non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And when they showed me that I had stage 1, and I spoke to the doctor that was the researcher, that doctor told me that they were really looking for someone with a higher stage of fatty liver disease for this study. But they said they would test me again in a year if I would be up for that. And there's a possibility my fatty liver disease would get worse, and I could be part of the study that way. But there was also the possibility that your liver can heal itself, and maybe you'll get a little better. And then he talked about proper diet and exercise and some of those kind of things. Well, I went back a year later and my non-alcoholic fatty liver disease 100% reversed. So that ultrasound was like, wow, your liver's healthy. You have a very, very healthy liver. And so that was really exciting. And then they asked me, what are you doing to have it change so quickly, to have it totally reverse itself in a year? And I had mentioned that I'd lost, at that point, I think I was down 33 pounds and taking Manjaro. And they said they're doing studies right now of people taking Manjaro who have non alcoholic fatty liver disease. And it's already starting to show in the studies that people are reversing it and doing so much better. So that's kind of exciting. I'm also learning that this medication is helping even people who aren't diabetic. There's people that take it as Zepbound to help fight obesity that don't have type 2 diabetes. And some of them are in the borderline where their blood sugar is on the high end of normal. And their blood sugar is getting better too. And so there's a lot of people who might have been on the fast track to eventually get type 2 diabetes that take this medication and won't have to worry about getting diabetes because it's lowering their blood sugar and making their blood sugar healthier too, which is great. They're also showing that it's helping a lot of people who have to use CPAP machines because they have sleep apnea. Well, some people's sleep apnea is getting reversed, and they're not needing their CPAP machines anymore because of Manjaro. So, or Zepbound. So there are other things we're going to see coming down the pipeline of other health benefits for being on it. So those have been big positives that I have learned on this journey. I've also learned that some people lose weight really fast on it and lose at least 2 pounds a week or more. And I like to call these people super responders, that their body really responds extremely well to the medication and the fat melts off them. But there are other people like me who are slower responders. And so for me, I am most of the time about a pound a week, but sometimes a little bit less, but almost a pound a week. Now, I can tell you, I have not stepped on a scale. How long have we been traveling, Jeff? 3 weeks? Been 3 weeks now? We've been in our RV?
I have no idea.
No, I think we left
The days are all
around,
blurring together
I
now.
know, they're all blurring together now. I think we left around October 20th. And so we have not stepped on a scale since then, but we've been trying really hard to not gain weight while we're traveling. So hopefully I'll be home by next Monday and I will step on my scale and I'll be able to let you know if I gained weight during a month of traveling or if I lost weight or if I maintained. I really have no idea other than Jeff and I exercise every day while we're on the road and
A lot of walking.
done a lot of walking
And going up
most
and down
stairs.
Mostly downstairs.
Yeah, mostly down. But we did walk up the stairs today.
Yes.
So we are traveling in our RV, our van that got converted into an RV that we named Grace. And we do have a second YouTube channel, Anchor Moments RV. But there has been this is the third time we've needed a hotel. And tonight we're in a hotel because Ford is fixing our van. There was a couple of warranty issues that needed to be taken care of. And so
so while they're fixing it, we can't sleep in it.
No, but each of these 3 times that we've been in a hotel, we're on the 3rd floor. And we try to take the stairs instead of the elevator, at least the stairs going down each time.
Mm-hmm.
But today we even took the stairs going up. So we're trying to utilize the stairs and hope to get some extra steps in too. We brought our weighted hula hoops and we've done that a little bit.
How many steps do you have, Gina?
Today, not as many. Today, I just have 6,609. What do you have?
8,897. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go walking around the hotel again. It's really cold outside, but go walking around the hotel again because I've been trying to hit around 10,000 steps. If walking is my only exercise, other than
some of the hotels we went to, they had a
swimming pool.
Yeah. Good exercise.
Yeah. And then I got an opportunity to swim. And I love swimming too, because I also have lipedema in my arms and legs. And so swimming is one of the best things you can do for lipedema, which is another thing too. Being on Mounjaro, for my friends who have lipedema, which is a type of fat that it's a connective tissue disease. And so
is that called visceral fat?
Yeah. No. I think visceral fat's the fat that you can get around your organs and your tummy. So it's not visceral fat. It's the kind of lumpy, bumpy fat that you can get in your legs that sometimes is a little sore, like these little fat nodules that are they're a little bit harder than regular fat. And what I've been learning through research with that is that fat probably will not go away, but my regular fat will, and my visceral fat can go away with exercise and eating right while taking Mounjaro, but the lipedema is not going to go away. What I can do though is make sure that my lipedema doesn't grow and I don't get a whole bunch more lipedema, and the exercise really helps with that. But that's some of the stuff that I have learned along the way, and how very much important it is to drink lots of water. And you can ask your doctor how many ounces of water should you be shooting for, because it can be a little bit different, based on age and size and that you are and all of those things. I've asked my doctor, because I've also taken a couple of nutrition classes through my health insurance, and 100 ounces is what I'm trying to shoot for every day. If you were drinking like 5 gallons of water a day, that's too much, and you're going to flush out all your electrolytes. So, I mean, there is a balance, but it's odd to drink too much water. Generally, we're not drinking enough, but you can ask your doctor what number should you be shooting for? But that'll really help, and that'll help fight against constipation. It'll also help with your hunger, managing that, and
your thirst.
And your thirst. And Mounjaro can dehydrate you a little bit. So
no, but also sometimes people think that they're hungry when really they're thirsty.
That is true too.
If you eat when you're thirsty, you're still maybe going to eat more because you're never going to satisfy your thirst by eating.
Exactly. Now,
probably not.
If this is your first time watching, this is my husband, Jeff, and he has been on this Mounjaro journey with me, but he doesn't take any medication and he does not have type 2 diabetes. But together we're trying to form healthy lifestyle habits that will sustain us and help us to both lose weight while being healthy. And so Jeff's doing it the old-fashioned way, and I am getting
I'm
help.
Old.
And I'm getting help from my meds. And he is older than me. I get to be his trophy wife. I always like saying that. Anyway, I'm so excited. I see I've got some people in the house writing some comments. I appreciate that. And, are you okay, sweetheart?
Yes.
Oh, he balked his knee. You can feel free to, this is a live, so you can ask me any question. It can be about Mounjaro, Zepbound, tirzepatide. It could be about, I'm also taking hormone therapy because I ended up needing a hysterectomy in May, which slowed my weight loss way down. For me and my body as a slow responder, I have to exercise. If I don't have at least a little, and it doesn't have to be like crazy amounts, but if I don't go on at least like 30 minutes worth of walking or swimming or doing the weighted hula hoop, I swear the scale won't move for me. And when I had my hysterectomy, there was 8 weeks where they took away, they really didn't want me doing core exercises and all kinds of things. And so when I wasn't exercising, even though I was eating less and I was taking Mounjaro, in 8 weeks time, I only lost 2 pounds. So that kind of slowed my weight loss down too. Oh, and I don't know, before October 20th and today's November 11th, I was down 35 pounds. And so I'm not quite sure where I'm at the moment, but I'll let you know next week because I go live every Monday night. And I believe this is the time I'm going to go live. This is the time. It's so hard. Arizona doesn't do the time changes. And so when the rest of the country is changing their time, we're always the same. And I did do a poll months ago when it was on daylight savings time, what time is best for people on Mondays for me to do the Mounjaro Monday lives. Now that Jeff recently retired, I could do it any time of day. And this was the time of day that was chosen through votes. But now that the time has changed again, I could put it out again. This time I'm shooting for 9 o'clock Eastern is what it was before. 8 o'clock Central was what it was before. But then it's weird. So it's 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time instead of 6 o'clock. And then the West Coast used to be the same time as Arizona, and now they're an hour earlier. So I don't know if that messes up my the people on the West Coast. So you'll have to let me know. We'll try to figure it out, but it makes it easier, I know, for everybody when I have the exact same time on Mondays. You know when to expect me and to be able to ask questions. So anyway, I think this is going to be our new time unless people want it switched. We'll see what I can do because I can be really flexible with you all. Okay, let's see. We got Robin in the house and Mindy, yay! And we got another Gina in the house too. Woohoo! We're Gina twins. And another Robin in the house. Robin Lockwood's here too. She's my good buddy. And Dad the Bulldog's mom's here. Woohoo, Cindy. And we got Mindy too. Yay. Feel free, everybody, to put any questions you have. And if you've had any wins this week, I love celebrating everybody's wins. So be sure to share those too. And I am trying to stay hydrated, but I swear I'm like extra thirsty today. Oh wait. And Cindy is doing good, but so sometimes it's a struggle. Is it a struggle to stay hydrated, Cindy? Cindy is also part of my, I have a weight loss book club that meets on Sundays live on this channel. And Cindy's win that she shared yesterday is she lost 6 pounds this week because she moved to a new home across the country, and she did a whole bunch of yard work and things for her house and was super duper busy all week long, and she lost an additional 6 pounds in 1 week's time. I thought was just amazing. Hey, we got Shorty in the house too. Woo woo, Shorty. And let's see here. We're really a fun community. If it's your first time here, you'll want to come back. The nicest, kindest people on this earth always pop in to our Anchor Moments community, and I really do appreciate them. And they enjoy chit-chatting with each other too. Oh, you never heard about the CPAP? Yeah. So some people are being able to go off their CPAP machines, which is like so exciting. And they are working on getting data about that because that's a big win for Eli Lilly too for this medication. And it may also be for semaglutide too. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 100% sure that that at least tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro and Zepbound, it is helping a lot of people who have sleep apnea because they're losing a lot of weight and they are able to breathe better at night. Let's see here, and yep. We are here to support each other. Mindy has got that exactly right. Cindy says that's a good problem to have, not remembering how long you've been on vacation. Oh, it's been so fun. We have been visiting family that we've not seen in years. I even got to meet one of Jeff's cousins in Nebraska that I'd never met before. And he is hilarious, Eric. Oh my gosh, he has me in stitches. I can't wait to go back to Nebraska again so we can see him again. But oh, we've been really having a good time. While Jeff is retired now, we can finally and he was sick this year. He ended up with bladder cancer, which was like so sad and scary, but he's had a couple of surgeries and now he's doing great. So we can finally get on the road and start using that van RV that we got right before he ended up having his diagnosis. So I can tell you, live for today. Do everything you can to love on your family and to show up in the world because we just don't know how many days we have. And I feel I'm already on borrowed time. I could have lost Jeff this year and I didn't. And then I had some precancerous cells and needed a hysterectomy, and we didn't know for sure what they were going to find. Thank goodness I was okay. It was just all the precancerous stuff. But I feel like we're on borrowed time, and so we're making the best of every day. That is for sure. And we're flying by the seat of our pants. we don't know where we're going to be from one day to the next. That's kind of the cool thing of traveling in a van. You can fit in a car space, so you can really go anywhere and you can sleep just about anywhere. But every now and again, you'll go, Jeff, one time we were driving through Colorado on the way here, and Jeff got so tired and he's like, nope, I'm done. And so I looked, well, maybe we can find a Walmart. And there was a lot of little towns, but there was one town that had a Walmart. So we stopped there and thought, well, we'll stay at this Walmart because there was no camp in the area. And that Walmart had a sign saying, we'll tow you if you spend the night in the parking lot. So we knew, well, we can't do that. And thank goodness there was Holiday Inn Express right next to that Walmart. So that was one of the nights we needed to stay in a hotel. But we're having a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. And Robin is exactly right. Sometimes when people feel nauseous when they're on Mounjaro or Zepbound or, is that you're a little bit dehydrated. And when you're a little bit dehydrated when on the medication, it can make you feel nauseous. And so sometimes just drinking a nice tall glass of water will make you feel better. And if it's the opposite and you've been drinking too much water, then you just need to have a little bit of electrolytes. And so you can have that in like a Gatorade or take a little one of those powder liquid IVs, or some people do, is it DMNT? I don't know. There's a lot of different brands of things that have electrolytes in it, and they'll have a little bit of electrolytes, and that'll make them feel better. Element tea or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you, Mindy, for letting Robin know what a CPAP is. And Gina, have you ever had extreme low blood sugar readings? I'm still on Mounjaro 5.0, but lately I have many lows. Oh gosh, some below 60. I see my doctor next week, so I'm going to check with her. So one of my questions for you, Mindy, is are you wearing a Freestyle Libre device that's a continuous glucose monitor? Because I will tell you, or a Dexcom. I've been wearing the Freestyle Libre 2s and the Freestyle Libre 3s. And if when I'm sleeping, if I lay on it, if I lay on my arm and it pushes it, I get a false low, which is like, it is so it scares the heck out of you. It's like a fire alarm going off. And it's supposed to, so it wakes you up so that way you don't have
it's a dangerous car alarm when I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah. And it's worth it if you really are truly having that low. You want that car alarm. Yes. You want to wake up or have someone wake you up.
That's very dangerous.
And get you something to bring your blood sugar up. But I had a lot of fake lows that they really truly weren't lows. It was me laying on that arm.
And so some of the alarm because you were far enough away from your phone or something like that. So
when you're far away from your phone, well, then it makes the chirpity chirp 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 thing that you always say. Yeah, it's a different now. Where it gives you the chirpity chirp 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 is what Jeff used to call that, because it's like my phone's crying.
It can't.
It can't see me. It's scared and lonely. Where are you? And it makes a sound too, so that way you get your phone next to it, so that way it can keep tabs on you. But
if they aren't fake clothes, that's dangerous, right?
Yeah. So you definitely want to stay on top of that. So, but I've had them below 60, but I think they were more fake than anything, because then I'd get up and I'd walk around, and then I think, okay, do I have a little? I like Fairlife chocolate milk. It's one of my specialty treats to have every now and again. And I think, oh, I don't like to eat any calories in the middle of the night. Uh, I just hate that. Um, and so I try not to, but when the alarm's going off and stuff, I'll walk around for a couple of minutes to see if it's gonna autocorrect right away, and then if it doesn't, I'll drink a little bit of Fairlife chocolate milk to give it the lift. But usually for me, it's been fake and not a true low. But you'll know you're truly low if you're feeling dizzy. Oh my gosh, you want to check that sugar, because it's very possible that your sugar is too low, or that you're dehydrated, because that can make you dizzy too. Um, so yeah, you definitely
Definitely
want to
see your
see your
doctor.
doctor and check on that. And then, you know, I hate pricking my finger. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But
Do you hate it?
uh, uh I hate it. But I will when I have that that alarm go off, then I'll also prick my finger and see, and my blood sugar is fine. And that's when I know this was fake. It was a false low. So um hmm. So if I had extra lows, I think I'm going to say with that, not really. I think almost all my lows were more false readings. But yeah, if you are having where your sugar's too low, your doctor might have to move you back to 2.5 instead of 5, because you don't. Too low is not good either. Too low can be just as bad as too high, but just in a different way. It can be kind of dangerous. So definitely see your doctor about that, and also do a little check. Or when you're feeling a little low, have some things like uh, I'm telling you, Fairlife chocolate milk is delicious, and it's lower in sugar than regular chocolate milk. And it's high in protein, and it's so good. But have something that can give you that little lift if you need it, because you want to stay on top of that. You never want to be crazy low, because that can kill you. I mean, you got to have a certain amount of blood sugar to live. And we got Pam in the house. Hey, Pam. And Mindy's win this week. She had a whole foot of extra seatbelt on the plane. I used to need an extender before. Woo-hoo! That's a huge win, Mindy. That's fantastic. Yay. Our buddy Barb, Health at Any Cost, she sent me a picture of her seatbelt, and same thing for her. She had like all kinds of extra seatbelt for her, and she was so excited. And it was so neat to have her share that with me too. I'm so proud of both of you. That is fantastic. Yeah. And yeah, you guys are awesome. And I love when you cheer each other on. That's the best. And Cindy says, right now, I can't get my meds, unfortunately. I have one more week, and hopefully, I hope I can get it next week. So, is your pharmacy out of them? I haven't had any issues yet. I'm still in Arizona, and I get them at Costco in Arizona, and I haven't had any problems. The longest I've ever had to wait is less than a week for them to find it, and lately they have it for me within a couple of days. Um, but I know you're in a new part of the country, being in Tennessee versus Arizona. Um, one more week. You know what? I would try to be that squeaky wheel if you can, Cindy, and be asking again at the pharmacy that you're using, and maybe if there is a Costco near you, maybe give them a try because they're such a big brand. I think they might have a special deal or something with the company, because even when it was super short and people were really having tough times finding the medication, Costco always seemed to be able to find it for me within a week. Let me know how that goes, Cindy. Um, as I'm definitely going to be thinking about you. Yep, we are making lots of memories. We are having fun. And I've been walking at least 6 miles a day. Wow, Gina, that's awesome. Woo woo. I am proud of you because that is far. 10,000 steps is around 4 miles a day. So, wow, that's a lot of steps. Good job. And Sandra says, YouTube didn't tell me you were live. I'll have to go and rewatch for the updates. Oh, darn. You know what? They gave me a message that my live yesterday for the book club, it said that I have 230 some subscribers get all notifications from me, and marked the bell, and then marked once they rang the bell that they want all notifications. And they sent out 0 for yesterday is what they said. And that there was some kind of problem getting people the notifications who ask for it as subscribers, who take the extra step to ring that bell. Shoot. What I am doing though, Sandra, because I know there's been some issues, especially while I'm traveling, which is my issues, but there are even some on YouTube's end, is I'm putting in a community post letting you know when I'm going to go live, that day. So be on the lookout for those as well. Um, there's a pool table. There's not a swimming pool at this hotel, but there's a pool table. So, gosh, 3 hours before I went live, when we pulled into the hotel, I said, hey, Jeff, will you make my thumbnail for me so we can get it, make the thumbnail and get it up so people know when to expect the live today since I'm traveling. And he said, I'll play a game of pool. And if you win, I'll do the thumbnail right away. So I was like, okay. And I played my best game ever and I beat him. So I know there was at least a 3-hour warning. And then I put a community post.
It was rigged.
But I did beat him. And then he did my thumbnail and stuff. And while he was doing the thumbnail, he's like, you have to promise me we'll play another game. And I'm like, yeah, we will. And I've been hot tonight. We played. I mean, usually Jeff beats me at just about every game. He's just a smarty pants, and he wins a lot more than he wins a lot more than I do. But tonight I beat him 4 out of 5 games of pool. I was on fire today. I guess it's because my lucky day. It's 11/11 today, and it's my 11th month of Mounjaro. I don't know. But anyway, I did put a post on the community post. And the way you find a community post, you go to the front page of my channel where it says Anchor Moments. And then it gives you different options. And one option is playlist. And right next to the word playlist, it says community. If you click community, it's almost kind of like Facebook, where I can post things like pictures and some words with it. And then I can also post the thumbnail when I'm going to go live too. And so I did that 3 hours before going live tonight, try to give you guys a little heads up. But it's going to be a lot better when I'm back on schedule. But I'm going to try for this time, the same time that I'm doing today, next Monday. And then I'll put a post out just in case people want it changed. I'll give you guys the opportunity to vote. And thanks, Cindy. Yeah, I love you guys. I love how friendly you guys are with each other. Thank you, LMNT.
I said.
Okay, pronounced element, because you did say element. So yeah, LMNT. Yeah, a lot of people really like that as an electrolyte to take. Now, I can say with everything in life, too much of anything is bad. And, and some things, not enough isn't good either. But with electrolytes, they're very, very tasty because you can get them in all kinds of different flavors, and it makes your water taste so good because you got, this flavored water and it's got the electrolytes in it. You can also have too much. And if you take in too much electrolytes, then you have too much sodium. And sometimes that can cause issues too, because I've had people say that their doctors said, wow, your blood pressure's up or whatever. And then when they discovered how much electrolytes you were taking in, they're like, whoa, you got to slow that down because now you're taking in too much salt and it's raising your blood pressure. So there's a nice healthy balance. Um, for me, every now and again, especially in the summer when it's so hot and I'm extra sweaty, I'll take a little bit of an electrolyte, but I usually don't even take a full serving. So I won't drink like an entire Gatorade. I'll drink maybe half a Gatorade or a Gatorade bottle. Or I like the liquid IV, the pineapple flavor, I think is pretty tasty, but I won't put the whole tube in my water. I'll do like maybe half a tube. So, because I don't want to have too much sodium either. Just life, it's crazy that we have to figure out, everything in balance. Um, okay, Mindy, it's the Libre 3. That Libre 3, when you're getting your lows, are you getting them at night or are you getting them just regular in the day? If it's just regular in the day, maybe you are really going low. But you wanna test it with a finger prick too, even though the finger pricks stink. I hate those. They smart. Um, but then you'll know because you'll be able to compare and see. And if it really is a low, you definitely need to chat with your doctor about that. Make sure you're eating enough calories because maybe you're under eating too much, and you need to lift your calories up a little bit. Could be a possibility with that too. But I know with my Libre 3, to be honest, I do have one in my suitcase. I wear them. So hard when you have a sweatshirt on. I go in here, but I even have like a little. Yes, I am not a doctor, but where's my little things? I have little marks from it. All those little pokes. Those are all my from wearing my all my different little Libre 3s. But Jeff is so tired when he's driving that he doesn't he never is really a good sleeper anyway. And I have not worn my Libre for about a week and a half. I haven't put a new one on. I've been uh I've been postponing doing it for fear of getting the fake lows that aren't really lows because it's just so frightening to wake up middle of the night to the sound of like a car alarm, um, because it's usually fake for me, but the low. But I will be putting it on for sure next week when I'm home. And I've been feeling good. And I've been eating a little bit more probably than I should be eating because we're eating out a little more and adding the exercise. I don't know, but yeah, I've got to put my Libre back on and start getting back into that cycle again. But you have to. It could be the compression lows. And she said, not compression lows. I'm up and awake. Oh darn it. Okay, yeah. You need to talk to your doctor about that and let your doctor know about how much you're eating. Because if you're not eating enough, you may really be having too low of a low, and that can be dangerous. So you really got to be on top of that. So, yeah, so if that's while you're up and awake, and I've never had a low when I was up and awake, any of those fake lows. It's always been, I woke up laying on that arm to, to the alarm. You definitely have to have that looked at. Oh yeah, those alarms scare, they almost give you a heart attack because you think that that'd be another problem. Yes, they are so loud. Careful, Jeff. I think you need help. Taz the Bulldog's mom says, "Careful, Jeff. I think you need a helmet because of my arms." Yes, I'm terrible. I'm half Italian, and I always talk with my hands. And if Jeff's too close, whoo, yeah, he needs safety goggles too. He says, "Oh my goodness." And yeah, Mindy hates pricking her finger, but I've been double checking too. They're real. I hope my doctor doesn't lower my dose. Um, well, here's the deal, Mindy. Um, you need some snacks. Uh, and I think you're going to need to try increasing your calories this week before you go to your doctor next week, and see if that makes a difference. But it's very possible that you're not taking in enough calories, and you're double checking. So that, yeah, he's probably going to have to move you to 2.5 unless you eat enough. And I'm not a doctor, but that worries me that your real lows. Uh, yeah, you got to be so careful with that, Mindy. Um, you definitely need to have snacks on you at all times. So when that alarm goes off, that you can pop something in your mouth, and that is from the diabetes class I took. That you should always have a snack available in case you go low. Um, even like a little, it sounds stupid, but a little piece of candy or something, but something you've got to get it up. And then once I get mine up, I want to put something with it like nuts or something. So that way, you don't go up and then you come back right back down again. Um, yeah, Jeff's like peanut butter. Um, Trail mix. You know, sometimes you can get trail mix in little pre-packs that you can carry around. Um, that could be helpful too, but you definitely need to have a snack with you, um, and get those sugars back up again. Good to hear from you, Gina. Safe travels back home. Oh, thanks, Robin. And thanks you were my first one writing a comment too. So nice to have you. And wow, and your pharmacy is out of them. You might need to check with other pharmacies, and then if you find a different pharmacy in your area, Cindy, and I know you're new to Tennessee, but if you find another pharmacy in your area that is able to get them, then have your doctor move the prescription over. Oh, that's a bummer that you've been out long enough that you're down to your last pen. Yeah, that seatbelt one is just so awesome. Costco's out? Wow. And you couldn't even get it at Costco in Tennessee. I wonder if that is a regional thing. I had to have my son pick up mine because I was out of town. And he picked up mine on Saturday, and they had it. Shoot. And Robin says, Amazon Pharmacy always came through for me when no one else had my medication. Okay, thanks, Robin. Maybe she can Cindy can look into that too. And Gina says, thank you. I get about 17,000 steps a day. Woohoo! That is wonderful. That is a lot of steps. That is so great, Gina. Proud of you. And that's a good question. If the doctor just calls it to Amazon. Aw, and thanks, Cindy. Yeah, it does make a difference when you like and subscribe, and I really do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Okay, so your doctor calls it in to the Amazon pharmacy. Oh, very cool. I'm glad that they're good about letting you ask questions and stuff too. And Sandra says lows are more serious because they can cause major issues right now. Highs are a long-term problem because of the damage it does long-term. Lows are an acute issue and highs are a chronic issue. That is so perfectly said, Sandra. Are you a medical person? Because that sounds like something my mom would say. She's a retired nurse practitioner. But yeah, that's exactly it. And a low can kill you. It can kill you. Um, you got to stay on top of your sugar, and you have to be sure you're eating enough, and that you, when you're having that low, that you have something that you can eat food right away. And definitely keep wearing your Freestyle Libre. If my lows were truly lows and I was getting that, it was truly lows, I would never, I would never go an hour without wearing one. I would wear it 100% of the time. Um, because those lows are extremely serious, and the highs are, yeah, eventually, when you're high for too when your sugar's high for too long, it creates damage and then creates chronic bad stuff down the road. But yeah, a low can take you out, so you got to be on top of that, and definitely put a call into your doctor. Wow, you're an engineer. But yeah, but, when you do your research, that yeah, that's what a low is. And when you have friends that pass away, um, but yep, but you were exactly right, Sandra. And Cindy says, Gina, you're precious. Oh, I do care about all of you guys. And it's really just wonderful. Thank you and Jeff for doing all of these, even on vacation. Oh, I miss you guys. Uh, you, you guys really do. You light up my week. And it just makes me happy to be here for you. And I love how you're here for each other too. And all the friendships that you've made with each other and with me in this group, that we really are here for each other, and we're here to help each other out, and just be that friendly face while you're going through your new healthy lifestyle journey. So thanks, Cindy. Aw. Yeah, it does. It just feels like a bunch of close friends. It really does. And it was fun when I had Barb, Health at Any Cost, on the show about a month ago or so, because she'd been part of just the community comments. And then to be able to see her face and hear her share her stories in her beautiful voice was just so neat. And I'm going to be doing more of those. So some of you who would like to share your stories, I'll have you as a future guest on a Mounjaro Monday live too, so we can really get to know each other better. Anybody who's up for it, because I know some people are shy and that's not their thing, and that's okay. But anybody who does want to share, you can just reach out to me. I think there's a way that I can show you how to do that on banners. I think I may have a banner of how you can do that. Let's see. Um, uh, Here we go. This is how you can reach out to me. That's my email address, gina@anchormoments.com. And if you would like to be a future guest on my show, or you have something that you privately want to share with me, you can absolutely reach out to me through my email address right there. And I'm going to be adding more things to our Amazon store too. Um, just my favorite stuff on Amazon that you can look up too, which is kind of fun, and it's a way to be able to support the channel. And there we go. And like and subscribe. And let's see, do I have any more comments that I haven't done yet? Oh, I do. And Pam says, I'm an exercise physiologist, and having worked with diabetic clients in a therapy center, We always keep a very close eye on our low sugar clients. Yeah, because that is so important, because if they drop, you've got to be right there to be able to help them and help them get their sugar back up. And it could be just as simple as giving them a piece of candy or something, uh, but you really, yeah, and watch and make sure that they're not dizzy and that they're drinking enough water too. Um, okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming tonight. Hold on to your anchor moments, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday. And if you want to do the our book club, we're chapter 7 this next week of Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Emotional Eating, which is pretty cool. So you can check that out too, and see us next Sunday. Have a good week, everybody. Bye bye.